And now, let's change continents for number 8, where 2 trains in Greece tragically ended up in the same place at the wrong time. Tuesday, February 28, 2023. Train IC62 leaves Athens at 7:30 p.m., just a few minutes late. On board are 10 railway agents and 342 passengers, mostly students in their 20s who are returning home after the weekend. The train is bound for Thessaloniki in northeastern Greece. The journey is uneventful until around 11:15 p.m. After leaving Larissa Station, the conductor sees the headlights of another train barreling toward him on the same track. It's a massive freight train pulled by 2 locomotives, which had left Thessaloniki an hour earlier, speeding toward Larissa Station from the other direction. Collision is inevitable. The unavoidable colossal force of the impact kills both conductors and pulverizes the locomotives, coaches, and lead cars. Several other cars and coaches derail and burst into flames. More than 150 firefighters rush to the scene to extinguish the fires. 40 ambulances, the police, and even the army put in long hours to rescue the 250 surviving passengers, trapped by the flames and twisted metal. The bodies found in the blazing first car are difficult to identify, incinerated when the temperature reached 1,300 degrees. The human toll is dramatic and unprecedented in Greek rail accidents. 57 dead and 85 injured. Beyond the horror, a terrible question remains. How could these 2 trains have ended up traveling several miles on the same track, head-on? The investigation revealed that the Larissa station master had authorized the IC62 passenger train to run on the wrong track. The station master had also instructed the engineer to disregard the signals warning him to stop. The section where the accident occurred was equipped with automatic controls designed to prevent this kind of catastrophe. But they weren't working, forcing station managers to manage everything manually. The president of the Train Engineers Union would later denounce the recurrent system failures that had plagued the network since 2000, a situation made worse by the privatization of the Greek railroads. The private company, Hellenic Train, which operates the lines, was also implicated. The station manager, who is the only person assigned to handle the heavy traffic after the long weekend, had received only 1 month's training and had been on the job for only 6 days. This terrible accident plunged the whole of Greece into quiet mourning and riotous rage. Thousands of Greeks demonstrated throughout the country to call the government to account. Striking students closed many schools in Thessaloniki, and massive strikes by railway workers paralyzed the country for several days. The transport minister made a public apology and resigned. We now head back to the United States, where the Federal Aviation Administration grounded all DC-10s following the crash of American Airlines 191 in 1979. May 25, 1979, Chicago O'Hare Airport, 3:02 p.m. An American Airlines McDonnell Douglas DC-10 enters the runway with 258 passengers and 13 crew members on board. Along with the Boeing 747, the DC-10 is one of the world's largest airliners. It is powered by 3 General Electric engines and has logged 19,871 flight hours. The weather is clear, the pilots experienced. All in all, it promises to be a routine flight. After a normal acceleration phase, Flight 191 lifts its nose and reaches takeoff speed. But approximately 1 second before leaving the runway, the number one engine on the left wing stalls and crashes to the ground.
Look at this, look at this. Blew up an engine. Equipment, new equipment, he blew an engine.
In the cockpit, the co-pilot, along with the captain, who has logged 22,500 flying miles, including 3,000 on the DC-10, follow the engine failure safety procedure to the letter. They prepare for an emergency landing, but something's wrong. From the tower, controllers see hydraulic fluid flowing from the plane. They try to contact the cockpit to warn the pilots, but they receive no response.
American 191 Heavy, you want to come back into what runway?
When the engine stalled, it damaged part of the aircraft's electrical system, causing several other pieces of equipment in the cockpit to malfunction. It also disabled the left wing's hydraulic system, rendering any attempt to control its moving parts ineffective. As the plane surged forward, the pilots were powerless to correct any imbalance. With the right wing still operational, the imbalance combined with the low speed caused by the loss of one engine inevitably led to the aerodynamic stall of the left wing engine. The plane traveled only 4,500 feet when it went into a tailspin and crashed 31 seconds after leaving the ground. 2 people on the ground are killed by debris, and no passenger or crew member of American Airlines 191 survived the impact, bringing the total number of victims to 273.
The disaster plan was a useless effort. There were simply no survivors.
The damage is considerable. The DC-10, loaded with jet fuel, crashed and was almost completely destroyed on impact. Except an engine and part of the rear section, nothing remains.